r/Tifu, dear edit, today, I fricked up. Tifu by not knowing how to behave appropriately at a house party full of complete strangers. Obligatory didn't just happen, but 8 years ago. Be me, 18, girlfriend at the time just started uni, she was moving up north to stay in a student apartment. Wanted me to come and meet the gang. I have terrible social anxiety. So I get up there, and obviously the night starts with drinks. They're all poor students, so drinks in the apartment. Drinking games ensue. Now, I'm awkward and don't really know how to start a decent chat with a stranger, so what do? I hit the hard liquor, hard. Anyone ever played that game Roxanne? Where you listen to Roxanne by the police and drink when he says Roxanne. I start this with straight vodka. Now it was Bob, so I brought a 70 cl of vodka with me which I intended to share, did I? Nah man, I drank it within 40ish minutes of arriving. The last thing I recall of that night was shuffling cards. I woke up next morning. In a bed. Really comfy, my first thought, frick I'm comfy. Where the frick am I? I roll over and see my girlfriend on the floor. I reach over and shake her, and at the same time also silently notice that my head feels like it was recently rattled with a hammer. Frick off. Don't freaking touch me. Obviously when this is what you're greeted with in the morning you immediately begin to panic. I ask what I've done wrong, and I get the response, you're covered in your own sick. I hastily rip the covers off me. Context, I was wearing a blue/white tie-dye t-shirt that night. My t-shirt was now green and yellow. My jeans were damp. I asked what the frick happened last night and this is what I'm told. Remember when I was shuffling cards? Well apparently I blacked out. I just fell to one side on the couch and went unresponsive. Everyone freaked the frick out. Two of the guys took my arms and legs and carried me to my girlfriend's room. They lay me on the floor at which point I woke up very suddenly and exclaimed that I needed to spew. Before anyone could even move to grab a bucket I threw up down myself and curled into a ball where I continued to vomit. I stopped after producing a few puddles of vodka infused stomach juice and said I needed to go to the toilet. My girlfriend's room was en suite. So she helped me up, and I somehow staggered through. Now the next part is just theorized to a point, but I was informed that this is likely the events that happened. I went into the bathroom, pulled my jeans down, began to piss fine. My girlfriend knocked after an appropriate amount of time and asked if I was okay and if she could come in. I apparently said yes, but I was still pissing and had no clue what had just been asked, so I just said yes. My girlfriend entered, much to my horror. I spun around on the spot with the grace of 1,000 drunken kung fu masters, all the while still pissing and showering the floor in urine, while aiming my pecker at my girlfriend. She screamed. Understandably the piss was making the tile floor like an ice rink for my Converse and thus, I slip in my piss, cock still in hand, fall and hit my head off the toilet cistern, reach out to grab something on the way down and inadvertently push the shower door open and crack myself in the side of the head with the swinging open door. I then pass out. So, my girlfriend had to just pull up my pissy jeans, then ask two dudes she'd known less than 48 hours to help her carry her piss-soaked, vomit-covered boyfriend into her bed. I went back to visit twice after that. My girlfriend then started cheating on me with one of the dudes. I've barely drank since, and while thinking about it, I could have died at multiple points that night. TL. Doctor, had a drink to calm the nerves at a party and inadvertently pissed myself, gave myself concussion and most likely added a few nails to my then relationship's coffin. Tifu tipping 140% to a pizza delivery driver. My buddy and I ordered a pizza while half drunk. Unaware that I already paid with my credit card, I walked to my door with $30 and gave him a 20% tip on top of that which had been paid online. The driver was about in his mid-30s, barely spoke English, and he was driving a beat-up car. He said thank you very enthusiastically, which made me realize in about 2 seconds that I just gave him double the money for the order, which he would obviously receive as a tip. I was about to admit my mistake and ask for the money back before I saw his reaction while he was walking to his car. He had a smile from ear to ear, like he found the cure for COVID or struck gold or something. He even did this little mini jump before he hopped into his car. I'm not exactly Bill Gates, I still have debts to pay, but I'm glad I fricked up to help someone who needed the money more than I did. Anyways, I felt pretty dumb after, but the joy I saw in that man made my week. Not a very interesting story, but it was pretty cool for me, as my dad moved to Canada from across the world with only a bike and a few $100. TL. Doctor paid double for a pizza by being drunk. No regrets. Okay, little to no regrets. Tifu by giving a less than 1% tip to my pizza driver. Inspired by the guy who accidentally tipped 140%, it brought back memories of the time I completely miscalculated and left a horrible tip. This was years ago, when I was 13 or 14. I was home alone and my parents left me pizza money, so I ordered Pizza Hut. I did the math prior to ordering and did not factor in delivery charges or taxes. When the guy came to my door, I gave him the money and asked him if that was good. He sarcastically replied with, "Well, that leaves me with 11 cents, but it's good." Going based on my prior calculation, I thought he was joking, and in my head I thought it was at least a $3 or $4 tip and did not give him any more. After looking at the receipt, I realized I didn't factor in the tax and delivery charges and actually did tip him 11 cents on a $24.89 order. I felt like a horrible person and wanted to give him more, but I obviously didn't drive, and the pizza place was about 2.5-3.0 miles away, so I couldn't walk there. TL. Doctor, I miscalculated the total for pizza I ordered and tipped my driver 11 cents on a $24.89 order when I was a teenager and felt awful for doing it. Edit. He was in his 50s, which is probably why I felt more guilty about it. Also, he wasn't rudely sarcastic, but more so unconvincing when he told me the tip was good. Tifu by hiding the receipt to the engagement ring I just bought poorly. My GF found it while I was at work. This happened literally an hour ago. I still don't know how to process this. Do I own it? Or do I pretend like I don't know what she's talking about? So I bought this engagement ring for my girlfriend a couple of weeks ago. I've been waiting for the jeweler to finish up the ring so that I can approve/pick up the final product. The jeweler instructed me to hold on to the receipt until I took delivery. So I did as any stupid man would do. I folded up the receipt, hid it in the pocket of my favorite hoodie, and stuck the hoodie in the back of the closet. I just got done working 12 hours and I came home to find that she had done the laundry and very nicely refolded all of my clothes. Much to my dismay, I found the receipt sitting on the bedside table and not in the pocket of the hoodie that I left it in. She knows. She won't admit it, but she knows. WTF do I do? Do I own it, or do I just play along with it? Yes. I'm an idiot for not hiding it better. Crucify me for my stupidity, but please offer some decent advice. Yours truly, a genuinely freaking out gentleman. TL. Doctor, I hid the receipt to the engagement ring I just bought poorly and my girlfriend found it. What the hell am I supposed to do now? Edit. For those of you asking, I'll definitely give you an update in a few weeks. Thank you for all of the advice. What, the video is already over? Have no fear, more videos can be found on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like and subscribe. Who knows, you might receive a cookie.